felt like we need a letter to travel because we're essential, to let him know he got a template that the fire department is using and will gladly give us one. I'm like, what? That is crazy to me because that puts me back in the mindset of slavery when our ancestors had to have a pass to travel from one place to another. What's going on, guys? This is your boy Fred back with another video. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, before the end, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today is Wednesday, March the 25th, 2020. And I just felt like today it was really important I came to you today and made this video. So by now we all know the crisis that the world is in with this coronavirus, COVID-19. I'll admit that up until recently, I didn't think it was as serious as a lot of people was making it. I don't know anybody that's personally sick by it. Obviously everybody's children is affected by this because they haven't been in school for almost a month now. The numbers are actually crazy. We've never seen anything like this in any of our lifetimes. I don't even think my grandparents or great-grandparents ever seen anything like this. It's just, it's really crazy right now. Personally, I had not been affected by any of the changes or the closures. I don't have any children. And both of my jobs were still open until the last orders came down this week. My full-time job, anybody that knows me knows that for at least the last 2 years, I have had 2 jobs. It didn't just start there, but for definitely the last 2 years, I've had 2 jobs, one full-time, one part-time. And so for the last year, my part-time job has been as an administrative assistant for the Bible school at my church and its corresponding alumni association. And when the last orders came down this week from the mayor of Milwaukee as well as the governor of Wisconsin, on Monday, it looked like, none of us was going to be really affected by it. Yes, the church has seen some drastic changes in income and things like that, like most churches have across the country. With this, a lot of people feel like in order for them to justify giving their tithes and offering, they have to physically be in the building. And since the buildings have first been reduced down to groups of 50 and then down to groups of 10, and now officially closed, a lot of churches have experienced a decrease in the tithes and offerings that they normally would receive. And this week, my church had to make a drastic change in staffing, and I was the one that was actually temporarily laid off behind this COVID-19 stuff. Like I said, before this, I had not felt the effects of it, and just like that, I lost a third of my income for at least the month of April. So I am personally feeling this right now, and it truly hurts. For the next 30 days, I got to try to figure out how I'm going to make up that money because I still have bills, even though, they are putting hold on a lot of things and they're saying they're not going to cut off your cable or your electricity or your gas or anything like that. I still want to be able to pay my bills because when we come out of this, I don't want to get that notice saying, oh, you need to pay me X amount of dollars or I'm cutting you off. I don't want to face that. And I know I'm not the only one out there that feel that way. Thankfully, my full-time job, I'm considered essential. So I'm a 911 dispatcher for the Milwaukee Fire Department. We dispatch all fire and medical calls. So, those kind of services are not shutting down. With that, and the increased volume of people wanting to go to the hospital, obviously we're getting a lot more calls, which is increasing our workload, which therefore is also increasing the need for better staffing. However, with that, they have already reached out to some retirees to bring them back. So that's going to affect any overtime that we were possibly going to get behind this. So so I'm really feeling the pinch. So anybody that is watching this video that has not taken this COVID-19 stuff seriously, I strongly urge you to listen to everything that you are hearing the professionals say and stay your butt at home. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. Unfortunately, I have to go out, so I have to be exposed to this. If you don't, and it's always that concern that since I am out, that I may be bringing this back to my parents when I go by their house to check on them, or oftentimes me and my sister ride together and she has a 2-year-old granddaughter. We could be exposed to her to this. We just don't know. None of us are showing symptoms, thank God, and I truly believe that we are blessed and highly favored and will not contract this disease, but I can't say the same is true for anybody in your life. So I strongly urge you to really limit your time outside to just doing essential duties. If you have to go to work, go to work. If you need groceries, go get groceries. If you don't cook and you need to go get something to eat, go get something to eat, but limit it to that. Like right now, I'm sitting in front of my window and look like a father is walking down the street with his 2 sons. Technically that's okay because, we all getting cabin fever and we all can't stay cooped up in the house all day. But at the same time, don't be out socializing in large groups like they said. Just follow the guidelines that they have put in place. They put them in place for a reason. Someone posted a map yesterday that showed how the numbers are across the world, and China or Asia has over 81,000 cases of COVID-19, where the United States is approaching 10,000. So yeah, we all need to take this very seriously, and the sooner we take it seriously, the sooner this thing can be eradicated, and we can go back to our lives as we know them. We have a senior in our family, as many of you do, that is not going to experience graduation. They're not going to experience prom. At least the way plans are right now, they have completely canceled those events. Our prayer is that the officials, once this thing is lifted, the officials come together and say, hey, let's still go ahead and do something for these kids that have achieved these honors, and their families and themselves have waited 12 years for the moment that they walk across stage. Let's still give them something. We don't know what that would look like if they did that, but that's our prayer, that they do something like that when this is over. Here in Milwaukee, all over the country, we're seeing events canceled. There's a conference that I went to last year in April that I was considering going to again this year. They just moved their date back to October, but that might be canceled. Summerfest, which is the largest music festival in the world here in Milwaukee, they are normally running from the last Wednesday in June through 4th of July weekend. They just moved that event all the way back to Labor Day weekend. So things are getting really serious. I got a friend that's supposed to get married in July. He may not be able to have the ceremony that he planned, that he paid for. My pastors both do a big conference, a women's conference at the end of May going into June, and a men's conference in October. The women's conference is looking like it's going to have to be canceled for this year. The men's conference, we're still up in the air. We don't start really planning that until May or June, or really working on it until May or June. So as of right now, it's still on the books, but we don't know. That might be canceled as well. So yeah, this thing is serious. People are losing money left and right behind this. So stay your butts at home. Let's get past this so that we can all move on to, get back to our lives as we knew them before. And, honestly, let's just be honest and call a spade and say that once this thing is over, life as we knew it is never going to be the same. We're just going to have to find a new normal after this, but it can't be this. We can't be in the house for the rest of our lives behind some virus that won't go away because people won't wash their hands and stay in the house like they're supposed to, practice what they call social distancing, which is not social at all. And yeah, and then the other thing that I saw somebody mention on Facebook yesterday, but I didn't think was real until I got an email from my boss's 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 boss, 3 levels up: supervisor, assistant manager, manager, director. Yeah. He sent the email today saying that if we felt like we need a letter to travel because we're essential, to let him know he got a template that the fire department is using and will gladly give us one. I'm like, what? That is crazy to me, because that puts me back in the mindset of slavery when our ancestors had to have a pass to travel from one place to another. If they were free, they had to have a freedom pass. I'm not, no, that's not okay to me. I'm not going to get the letter. If I get stopped going to or from work, then I'll just have to deal with the consequences. But at the same time, I have my work badge, I have my fire department ID, and if the cops stop me and need to know what I'm doing out, I have no problem showing that. But I'm not going to carry a letter saying that I'm an essential employee. I don't want to feel like I'm back in, the slavery era. This is 2020. I'm not walking around with a pass saying that I'm allowed to be on the streets. But, let me get off my soapbox. I got to get ready for work. I'll come back to you guys later in the week with a couple more videos. Now that I have more free time, at least for the month of April, I plan to produce some of this content that's on my list. But again, I want you guys to remain safe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns that you would like to discuss, please keep them friendly and respectful and leave them down below, and I will get back to you. I do love you, and again, I want you guys to remain safe. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and depart. See you later.